So let's kind of transition to the next thing. And this one's pretty scarce. It's the virtuoso. These are people so talented, meaning that the salt shaker of talents. If you haven't heard, let me give you my quick explanation on this. When we're created, I think that, up in heaven, God's sitting there with the salt shaker of talents, and he gets distracted. Somebody's talking to him, and he'll realize, oh my goodness, I gave Justin Timberlake. Not only is this guy going to be good looking, this guy is going to be able to dance. He's going to be able to sing.
And he's a scratch golfer.
And he's a great athlete because he used to do great in the celebrity basketball tournaments too. So, there's obviously something going on where that salt shaker of talents just got a little extra pizzazz. Bo, I'll give Bo a compliment. I mean, nothing is more annoying than a guy who's strong, smart, athletic, just got a lot of stuff. So, but here's the reality. This isn't that many people. From our own research, it's only 7% of our clients reached success by just being a person that was so gifted, so talented. This is also your LeBron James, your Michael Jordans. It's all your great gifted athletes, because there's just something there that is so scarce of a resource that people just show up with checkbooks to because they want to capture it.
And I think what's so hard is being super talented is one thing. Figuring out how to, I'm going to use the word monetize. That makes it sound sleazy, but what I mean is figuring out how to maximize your potential is a whole other thing. I mean, I can think about folks who I went to school with that had all the talent in the world, that were such amazing athletes that they literally could have played almost any professional sport that they wanted to, but they just did not seize the opportunity. They did not take advantage of the talents they were given. So if you are someone who falls into this category, we think there are a few ways that you can maximize, a few things that you can do that will help set you up on the right path.
Well, yeah, this is one. I will tell you, it's a blessing and a curse to be gifted with the salt shaker of talents, and the fact that there is potential that you'll have big windfalls come your way, but it doesn't mean that you necessarily will be responsible to turn that into wealth, the wealth that's keepable wealth, that's a consistent wealth. So this is something we talk about for those of you who are trying to figure out how you nurture and grow this. I think you ought to sit down and figure out what your talents are. What is something you do better than 95% of the public? Or if you have children or grandchildren, pay attention to these things as well, because it's those gifts that you do want to nurture, but you want to nurture it with a balance of good behavior to make sure it does have some stickiness like Bo described.
And recognize that nurturing it, even when you are talented, even when you are skilled, nurturing it takes time. So make sure you hone that with 10,000 hours of experience. I mean, you can hear the stories about Michael Jordan and how much he would practice, or Kobe Bryant, how much time he would put in. I mean, these people, even though they were born with so much talent, they were actually willing to do the hard work of honing that. So don't be someone who just rests on your laurels. If learning comes easy to you, continue to advance your learning. If the vocation that you're in is easy for you, figure out how to become not just the top 10%, but the top 5% at what you're doing. So that way you're constantly honing, constantly improving what you're able to do with the talent you've been given.
Yeah, we like to say internally, don't skip leg day. Do the hard work, do the stuff that other people won't do, and that will create success for you. Here's something I think is interesting, is be realistic. If you're one of these people that's blessed with, you come into windfalls from your talents, actually turn some of it into assets that become wealth building assets. One of the things I've mentioned previously, Dave Grohl had a weird relationship with his father, but when he actually started hitting it big and started getting the checks, his square of a father told him, son, just treat that money that's coming in like it's not coming in for long, and treat it like that you've got to make this last for years after you've left this game of music. And he took that. He started, and there's a reason that Dave Grohl, last time we checked, was worth over $400 million, is because he started putting his money to work. I used to work with professional athletes when I was at a previous firm, and it made me so sad, and I try to share, their careers would typically last less than 3 years, but yet they're getting a lifetime of earnings packed into about 18 to 36 months. If they would go in with the understanding that that money's not going to keep coming every year, it's actually a very short window of that big peak earnings, I think they would have treated it differently. So be realistic with the limited window you have and actually put that money to work.